Welcome to Tuesday Tea with Team A, brought to you by Renee Coaching. Go ahead, grab your cup, and let's get to the tea.
Hello, Purpose Partners, and welcome back to Tuesday Tea with Tina. Today's tea came from a very real moment. Earlier this year, I was dealing with cold symptoms, stuffy nose, sore throat, headache, and then, just for a little extra seasoning, hot flashes. One morning, I woke up and my vision was blurry, not just a little off. It was bad enough that I could not focus properly. So I checked my blood pressure. It was normal for me. And immediately I knew what I needed. See, this has happened before, so I knew the cold symptoms were probably not the cause. I needed to hydrate. But here's the thing. Water alone does not always help, especially when hot flashes are draining my body of fluids. In those moments, I need electrolytes. Something like Gatorade, something that helps my body reset faster. I knew what I needed and I knew what would help. I knew the solution, the better solution. So what did I do? I grabbed water. Now, water was not wrong. It was just not the most effective solution for what I was experiencing in the moment. But I grabbed it anyway because it was convenient. Eventually, my vision reset, but it took longer than it needed to because I chose to reach for what was second best. How often do we do that in life? How often do we know what we need, but reach for the easier, more convenient thing? How often do we know we need to rest, but choose distraction? Or we need prayer, but we choose panic? How often do we know we need truth, but choose validation? How often do we know we need to be washed by the word, but we pick up the phone and rehearse the struggle with a friend who may care deeply, but can't restore us completely? Now hear me clearly. Friends are a blessing. Counsel is a gift and community matters. But sometimes we use second best support because we are avoiding first place surrender. And that's the tea. Sometimes the problem is not that we do not know what we need. Sometimes the problem is that we keep reaching for the least effective remedy. Today, let's pause and ask a question. What restores me, not just temporarily relieves me? And with that in mind, here are today's 3 steep tips designed to help you recognize what you need. Tip number 1, name what you already know. There are times when clarity has already come. You know the boundary you need to set. You know the conversation you need to have and the habit you need to break. You already know the discipline you need to restart. So the question is not, what should I do? Sometimes the question is, why am I delaying what I already know? Tip number 2, stop treating relief like restoration. Relief helps you breathe for a moment. Restoration helps you become whole again. Calling someone may bring relief. Scrolling may bring relief. Staying busy may bring relief. But relief is not always restoration. Sometimes we are not stuck because we lack access to the answer. We are stuck because we keep choosing the thing that makes us feel temporarily better instead of the thing that actually makes us well. Number 3, reach for the highest and best first. For the believer, that means before I rehearse it, I need to release it. Before I panic, I need to pray. Before I ask everyone else what they think, I need to ask God, what has He already said? The word does not just inform us, it washes us and resets what life has clouded. And this is where I want to spill the tea, because sometimes the answer is not hidden. God has already shown us what we need, but we keep reaching around it. We keep reaching for temporary relief when God is offering restoration. We reach for familiar voices when God is calling us back to his voice. We reach for what is convenient when God is inviting us into what is necessary. And when purpose is involved, we cannot afford to keep treating destiny with the least effective solution. There are moments when blurred vision is not just physical. Sometimes our spiritual vision gets clouded too. We lose focus. We get weary. We become drained from life, responsibilities, disappointments, the heat of the journey. And deep down, we know what we need. We need to get back to the word. We need to sit still long enough to hear God's voice. We need to stop rehearsing the problem and start returning to the source. We need to hydrate our spirit with truth, not just soothe our emotions with conversation. That does not mean community is wrong. It does not mean talking to a trusted friend is bad. But there is a difference between support and source. People can encourage us, but God can restore us. People can listen, but God can realign. People can give and offer a perspective, but God can remind us of who we are, where we are going, and why we cannot quit now. Sometimes the issue is not what we do not need or do not know. Sometimes is that we keep choosing what is nearby instead of reaching for what is necessary. So this week, ask yourself, am I reaching for relief, or restoration? Your purpose needs clarity. Isn't it time to reach for the best effective solution? Your destiny requires hydration, and your next step deserves more than a temporary fix. That's all for today. Keep learning, keep reaching, and keep steeping in purpose.
That's all for today. For more information on leadership training, coaching, and speaking services, visit our website at erenecoaching.com. See you next week.